nearby.
Kill them all!
An agent needs assistance.
Happened to the team that went to try to repair the main shade node. The federal shelter should be beneath your current position. Find a way down there and proceed with caution.
Agent down.
What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video. Now this is going to be my Pyromaniac 2.0, or how I'm going to name this, the Eclipse Pyro 2.0 build. Now shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. Now what I use this build for primarily is the new Termite League. This league just started on Tuesday, but obviously that was the same day that Iron Horse, the new raid, started, so not a lot of people are talking about this league. However, if you enter the league, you can see that the two objectives are skill kills and burning hostiles. So this build is perfect for both of those. So yeah, if you guys like the sound of that, let's jump into it. So here is my Pyromaniac Eclipse Protocol build. This is the build that I run strictly for the Termite League, and it's been a lot of fun. Now what I do is I use the firewall specialization. Reason being is that I get more burn duration. A lot of this is centered all around burning the enemies, because even after I kill that one enemy, it spreads with my Eclipse protocol, and then I burn all the other enemies. I use my Pyromaniac as a primary, that way I can get all that more damage. And also I use the Imperial Dynasty holster to just add more burning hostiles to the mix. Now this build in particular has 80% status effects. 80%. So this is the most status effects I've had on a build so far. My next Eclipse Protocol build, I'll actually show you even more status effects. But this one really does the job right. Now starting off with the firewall specialization, I'm using that for the burn duration. I can also use that with the flamethrower and get them on fire that way as well. But primarily it's just for the burn duration. Now for the weapons, I am using the Pyromaniac. It is your named custom P416 with perfectly ignited, so it deals 25% more damage to burning enemies. After 3 kills, it applies a burn to my next enemy that I hit. Now this one has 61.4k total damage. That's with 14% AR damage, 18% health damage, and 10% damage to targets out of cover. Now, as far as the mods are concerned, I use crit all across the board for my Pyromaniac just to try to get a little bit more damage. This is a all yellow build, but I try to get some damage where I can. Now, my secondary is the Grudge. Now, the Grudge is really good to use with this combination. Reason being is the talent. Perfect Vindictive. Killing an enemy that is on a status effect grants you and your allies within 20 meters 18% crit chance and 18% crit damage. So what I do is if they're on fire and they're about to die, I could whip out the Grudge, kill them real quick, proc the Perfect Vindictive, and then switch back to my Pyromaniac and go to town with all the crit. Now this one in particular, 75.5k total damage with 15 SMG damage, 17 crit chance, and 9% damage to targets out of cover. Now this one I'm not running crits on, I am running all accuracy and stability. That way as soon as I whip this out, it's just laser beams. I'm just looking to get a quick kill and then switch over back to my Pyromaniac. Now as far as the sidearms are concerned, you can use the Fire Starter. It has that talent Primer Rounds. Damaged enemies lose 50% burn resistance for 5 seconds. That's not bad to use with this. However, I myself don't start off a battle by shooting them with a double barrel sawed-off, so I'm not really using this talent to the best of its abilities. So I myself don't use it at all. What I use is I either use my double barrel sawed-off with Pummel or Optimist, but I've been bouncing back and forth between these two. Like I said, if you want to switch up your playstyle a little bit, shoot them with the Fire Starter before you even catch them on burn. That could work very well, but like I said, I don't really play that way. Now those are your weapons. So Pyromaniac and the Grudge, a deadly duo. Now looking at the build itself, this is a 4-piece Eclipse Protocol build with the Imperial Dynasty exotic holster and the named Sokolov concerned gloves called the Firm Handshake. Now, I do run the chest and backpack for Eclipse Protocol. I think with this build, it's actually a must. It's very vital that you use both the chest piece and the backpack. Reason being is those talents amplify your gear set bonuses. So using the 4-piece Eclipse, you want to use the chest piece and backpack because they really do help you out. Now, enough talking about it, let's just go through the gear set bonuses and talents. So for Eclipse Protocol, wearing 2 pieces grants me 15% status effects. Remember, I said I have 80% total, so status effects for days. Now the 3-piece gives me 15% skill haste and 30% hazard protection. I do have a good amount of hazard and a good amount of skill haste on this build. I'll show you guys later in the stat sheet. Now the 4-piece is where things get interesting. It says indirect transmission is the name of the talent. Your status effects now spread on kill to all enemies within 15 meters, and it refreshes that status effect duration by 50%. So if you're killing an enemy with a burn and say there's like 2 ticks of burn left and he dies, well, it refreshes 50% duration and it starts to burn all the other enemies around him. Pretty cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just jump straight into the other talents. So running the backpack for Eclipse Protocol, think of it more like a Wicked type situation because you get the talent Symptom Aggravator. Now this amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 15%. Now amplifies all damage. That's skill damage, specialization damage, and weapon damage, and that is multiplicative. Amplifies all damage. It doesn't just say adds 15%. No, this is multiplicative damage. So running the backpack is a great piece to this puzzle. Now the chest piece again, another vital part, because this talent proliferation, it increases that 4-piece talent. So now my status effects on when they die, it spreads to all the enemies within 20 meters. That's a big jump. Not only that, but now it refreshes 75% of the duration instead of 50%. So you can catch everyone on fire for a very, very long time. And the more they die from that fire, the more all the other ones get caught back on fire, the more the duration keeps resetting. You can kind of see where this is going. So the chest piece helps out the duration and the spread of the 4-piece for Eclipse. And the backpack acts kind of like Wicked on steroids, because this is multiplicative damage to everything. Your skills, your weapon, your specialization, grenades, whatever it is. It amplifies all damage by 15%. So that is your Eclipse Protocol gear set bonuses. Now going into the actual pieces themselves, starting off with the mask, this is your Eclipse Protocol mask as a skill tier. I rolled max status effects at 10%, and the yellow mod slot I chose skill haste at 11.1%. Going to the backpack, skill tier again, max status effects, and for that yellow mod I threw more skill haste, 11.2%. Going to the chest piece again, skill tier with max status effects, and then a yellow mod. For some reason that's not on there, another 11.2 skill haste. Going to the gloves. These are your firm handshake gloves named Sokolov Concern. Now the brand set bonus for this gives me 10% SMG damage, so that does help out my grudge quite a bit. Now I rolled skill tier on this just so that I hit that skill tier 6. It does come with the 15% status effects, and then I also have hazard on here, so that's pretty good at 6.1%. Going down to the knee pads, Eclipse Protocol again with max status effects. You got it. And then finally, you've got the Imperial Dynasty Exotic Holster. This one, skill tier, max status effects, and max hazard protection. Now the reason why I'm wearing this is for that talent Dragon's Glare. While in combat, it applies a burn to the enemy closest to you within 20 meters. So right off the bat, I'm already burning a victim as soon as I walk into the room. Now the cooldown is 35 seconds, but with all the other ways I can catch them on burn, it really doesn't matter. Now that is, the overall build. Going to the skills, you can use different skills if you want, but during this Termite League, I have really noticed that the Incendiary Turret and the Fire Starter Chem Launcher are the ways to go. Now, starting with the Fire Starter Chem Launcher, this one has damage 490k, the burn damage 245k, with a burn duration of 13.3 seconds. Now remember, that'll get bumped up even more with the specialization, with Eclipse Protocol, and all that jazz. But I am running the skill tier 6, so with that I do get the +5 ammo, 30% radius, 60% burn duration, and burn damage. Now the other one was my Incendiary Turret. Now this one has a cooldown of 36 seconds, duration 24 seconds. The burn damage, well actually let's start with the damage. The damage, 39,000, but the burn damage is at 161,000. Now that's pretty nice. The burn duration, again, 12.8 seconds, but that's excluding my specialization and also my Eclipse Protocol. Now remember, I am running the tier 6, so I get the extra damage, cone size, burn strength, duration, and health. So here it is again. I'll let you look at it one more time, and then we're going to go to the stat sheet. Alright, so stat sheet, I am running the Perfectly Ignited on the Pyromaniac, Perfect Vindictive on the Grudge, And then if you want, you can run the Firestarter sidearm for the primer rounds. Now going to the weapon stats, this is for the Pyromaniac. 61.4k weapon damage, 23.6k for PvP. Starting off with 24% crit chance, 25 crit damage, and 55 headshot damage. I go to the offensive tab. I am only running 10% all weapons damage with 29% AR damage. So with an all skill build like this, I still get 39% damage bonus total. And then don't forget, I also have SMG damage. Now getting to the defensive tab, I have 723k armor with 284k health. I do have 55.5 hazard protection. So I'm already at 55% hazard without even really doing much. It's a lot of fun to use. And then, like I said, hazard and skill haste, I have 58.1% skill haste as well. So I do spec heavily into status effects, but I also have two great things, skill haste and hazard protection. And that's it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna leave you with a little bit more gameplay at the end. And yeah, this is my Eclipse Pyro 2.0, or better known as the Pyromaniac 2.0 build. I am Kamikazevondoom. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments at all, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, shout out to the DoD, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Intercepting enemy communications.
Rainer, where are you?
We just got to the aquarium.
Fucking finally. Okay, they're probably coming right to you.
We'll give them a nice, warm welcome. Agent.
Rainer, what's your status? Rainer, come in! Shit!
Low-level radio repeater detected. Pinpointing location.
A repeater. The outcast must be using it to boost the range of their comms. Taking that equipment offline will make it harder for them to coordinate against you.